Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a daily devotional to really see how it's put together. We'll look at its structure, from a single core belief to its main message, and all the way to how it calls people to action. Okay, let's jump right in. The entire devotional, and I mean everything, is built on this one single verse from the Gospel of Matthew. This isn't just a nice opening quote, it's the foundation for the whole thing. It sets the stage immediately. This is all about a ministry of active, widespread healing. So where does this devotional actually come from? Well, it's part of a series called Ambassadors Daily Banquets by an author named David F. Nwoyefulu. And here's the really important part. It has a specific theme for the entire month, which is supernatural healings and miracles. So that context really frames everything else we're about to see. Now that we've got the background, what's the central argument? What's the main point the author is trying to get across? It really comes down to building a case for a healing power that is both all-encompassing and always available. The argument kicks off with the most direct interpretation of that scripture we saw, physical healing. It's making a really clear promise that this power can deal with any kind of disease or sickness. It's a way of connecting that ancient text directly to you and your modern health concerns. But here's where it gets really interesting. The text immediately expands that definition of healing. It moves beyond just the body to specifically include emotional wounds. We're talking about things like grief, anxiety, all that psychological pain. And it doesn't stop there. The message gets even broader, one last time, to include spiritual wounds. This completes a really holistic model of well-being. The idea is that healing is available for your body, your mind, and your spirit. It's the whole package. Okay, but you might be wondering, how does the author make these ancient stories feel relevant today? Well, they use this verse from Hebrews as a bridge, almost like a time machine. The logic is pretty simple but powerful. If Jesus healed people back then, and if he is fundamentally unchanging, then that healing power has to still be accessible right now. It makes the promise feel immediate, personal. All right, so next, let's look at how the devotional makes this big shift from just believing something to actually practicing it, with a very direct call to action. The text lays out this super clear three-step process for the reader. First, surrender your struggles. Second, actively believe in the power of healing. And third, and this is a really key transition, you shift your focus and start praying for other people. This is all designed to move you from being a passive reader into an active participant. Now, to make that call to action even more direct and easy to follow, the text doesn't just tell readers what to pray for. It literally gives them the exact words to use. This pretty much removes any doubt about how to do it. You can see the prayer starts by stating belief out loud. That was step 2 in the call to action, right? And then it immediately mentions the 3 types of healing we just talked about: body, mind, and spirit. It's so neatly tied together, connecting the core message directly to the practical application. And right here, the prayer pivots. It moves from a personal request, touch me, to a prayer for the entire community, for those who need healing. This turn outward is absolutely crucial because it reinforces that idea of a collective, shared faith. It's not just about you anymore. And finally, the devotional takes this individual experience and plugs the reader into a much, much larger community by offering a ton of resources and support. For anyone who wants to go deeper, the author has a whole reading list ready to go. And notice the titles. They're all directly related to that month's theme of healings and miracles. This creates a really clear path for followers who want to stay engaged beyond just the daily reading. This is a thoroughly modern ministry. The devotional gives you direct links to WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, and YouTube, on top of the usual phone and email. It's a really smart multi-platform strategy to make sure the message can reach people wherever they are. And this slide right here is where you really get a sense of the scale of this whole operation. By coordinating a global midnight prayer, the ministry creates this feeling of a synchronized, worldwide community. This schedule isn't just about logistics. It's a powerful visual that shows just how international their reach really is. So, when you piece it all together, you see this complete framework emerge. It starts with a single line of scripture, builds a core belief system around it, translates that belief into personal actions, and then plugs the individual into a global support network. It's a fascinating model, and it leaves us with a much bigger question to think about. How do different belief systems, religious or not, explain that powerful connection between what we believe and our own well-being?